late last week, but that counts as on time as far as I'm concerned. What up, everybody? We've got Stanifers here. We've got Pinel 2. We got Custom Creations, new YouTube channel for Chili. This episode brought to you by Mike's Got Some Exciting News. It's true. Adam Sweet's here, Brian's here, Pinel 1's here, Lily's here. Right on, right on, right on. The Ashholes are back. How's everybody feeling? How's everybody's week? Riley's Woodcraft is here again. Welcome, welcome. Oh, I do have some exciting news. We'll get to that in a minute. Once we just settle in, just calm and cool and smooth. Chili's here on 2 channels. Kyla's here too, right on. Oh, I've got a few people rolling in. Saturday night, gonna make some walnut dust and yeah. Oh, I had a better week this week than last week. Kyla's in the kitchen cooking. What are you cooking? I like food. We got a Lily hypothetical question preloaded for tonight. We've got some maple bacon. Oh, I want maple bacon. Now I just want a plate of maple bacon. What did I quit this week? I didn't quit anything this week. Krista made pulled pork today. Smoked pulled pork for 13 hours today. Hey, your house probably smells awesome right now. Oh, Krista, did you not get my invoice? I'm waiting for you to pay for your bowl so I can send your bowl. Sent all the pens out this week. The whole neighborhood smells good. Yeah, I bet. Riley's made hash browns. Nice. Oh, back hurts again, but that's nothing new. That's not news at all. I'll do it tomorrow. It's no hurry. Just thought I'd mention it, just in case it didn't go to the right email address or something, It's ready to go. It's got its box. I've also got some other boxes that I can put some things in. Might as well just get that announcement. We'll wait for a few more people to come in, maybe, before we make that announcement. There's only 8 people here. 9 now. That's not very many. Guess people didn't like the music last week. I need a beverage. Let's get Coke. Happy almost Mother's Day to everybody. All the moms. Brought earplugs this week. Well, I didn't bring the guitar out this week, so you might not need them. Beckham's here, right on. Oh, I think I need a new mattress. That's what I think I need. We bought a new fridge. We ordered a new fridge. I think we should have got a new mattress instead. It's not Mother's Day already, Kyla. Stop living in the future. Hey, where's your pen? Your pen is probably on a truck somewhere. No, it's probably not. It's probably in a post office somewhere getting transferred. All the pens went out yesterday, so it actually might not have gone. It might still be in this town, actually, but I don't know if they send trucks on Saturdays or if it has to wait till Monday to actually leave. But it's out of my possession and in the hands of Canada Post. Oh, yeah. Let's just chillax for a few minutes. R.I.P. pen. hopefully Canada Post manages not to lose the pen. It's insured, but actually, I don't know that I've had a pretty good follow-through rate with Canada Post, actually, since I started selling stuff. I don't think I've had anything lost. I've had a couple of things take way longer than they should have, but I don't think they've lost anything. Are they as trusty as the USPS? Probably. I know that they're not as expensive as the USPS based on how the things that I order from the States costing significant amounts of money. It's gone. Yeah, it's, well, like I said, I'm 100% in terms of things getting where they need to be going. Just not super reliably in terms of like estimated time frames. Yeah, I had a pretty good week. Oh, I tried to. Okay. Good news and bad news on the flamed maple. No, flamed. It's not maple at all. Flamed myrtle bowl tray thing that had the cracks in it that I filled with epoxy, and then blah 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 blah. I turned through the excess epoxy, and let's just show you. I don't know if this is a thing that is ever going to get finished now, because I turned through the excess epoxy and it did get down into the cracks and stuff, but then I found some new ones that don't have epoxy in them, and they're just little, so I might do the black Star Bond in there and then throw it back up, and then, because it's already at depth, it literally just needs to finish, and so I can save it still. But when I got through the excess epoxy down to the cracks and stuff, and I found new cracks, I just said, you know what? I cannot fight with this anymore. I just cannot fight with it anymore right now. So I'm going to get the Black Star Bond into those new cracks that I have discovered, and we'll see. But I don't have super high hopes that that's a thing that's ever going to happen. Don't give up. I know, but it's like, that's 3 stages of fixing and then reworking, and then it's almost not worth it. Black Star Bond, where can we get that? Well, I'm glad you asked, Chris. There's a link in the description to where you can get that, and you can get a discount by using the code that's down there as well. It's a series now. Yeah, it could be. I mean, maybe after the show I'll get some more glue in there, and then check back next week, see if there's an update. 4-part series for one bowl. Tray. It's more of a tray, I would say. But man, I do want to finish it. Like, it's got wicked cool, like, flaming figure type stuff running through it. It's probably why it's all cracked, because there's like super tension in there. Someone gave you a blank they wanted mounted on a faceplate. Cut section out where the screw holes, filled it with epoxy. Yeah. Oh, am I feeling like turning? I mean, I'm going to turn, but I'm just not sure if I feel it. Because I did this like half an hour ago. And it's fine. Everything's fine. The world is what it is. let's get spinning. Walnut is my favorite, and it's the vote went to Walnut, and barely. The vote barely went to Walnut, but just at the last minute. Actually, in fact, B. Pinnell was the one that pushed Walnut over the top at like 4:45. It was tie game until B. Pinnell piped up, and then Longer Beam also came on about that time and picked Walnut as well. So I'm gonna mute him. So we'll do the Walnut one. It's nice and smallish. He's deleting his brother's messages again. It's because he voted for Walnut. Nice little change dish or key tray or something for somebody's entryway out of American black walnut. In theory, it will become a thing. We shall see. Oh, I think I finished my Coke. No, I'm not going to finish it. Let's head over. Jason back home from Colorado. Nice, simple, straightforward kind of a change dish thing, probably. We'll see once I start cutting what it turns into, but I'm planning for a relatively straightforward thing. Planning. As much planning as ever takes place on this channel. We shall see. You're not allowed to drive 20 minutes from the house. Yeah. Are you guys under like relatively severe restrictions over on your coast? Because we're wavering back and forth between phases and things. So I don't think I can leave my island, but I can go anywhere on my island. And the island is relatively large, so. And I don't leave the island anyway. Like, can't even remember the last time I left the island. It's pretty straight. Let us start cutting. It's too thin for a donut shape. That's right. Oh yeah, look at this shirt. That's the announcement. That's the announcement we've got in a little bit. Go relatively quick here. We're already up at 13-ish. I really need to get some more light on this side. I got lots of light on that side. Let's see what we do. There's not going to be enough room to brand the bottom, so we won't worry about that. Should we do another little whoopity-doo? Do a whoopity-doo up here? Or should we just straightforward? I don't know. Yes. Yes isn't an answer. There were two options. Yes. You can't pick yes. Oh, you guys are delayed. I forget that. Whoopity-doop. All right. That's it's not very dark for walnut. That's all right. I think that might have been the one. How dry is it? It is dry. It's at equilibrium with the shop, so it's as dry as it's going to get in here. Got a little bit of a situation, but I think that'll just sand through. I'll make one more cut there, get through that. There it is. That is, I didn't get it. I'll get it when I flatten off the bottom though, I bet. All right, let's flatten the bottom. We'll get sanding on the outside. We'll get flipping it around. Come on. Ugh. Okay. There's a little bit of sap coming through there. That's cool. All right. Let's sand it. Oh, I got another thing. Got a bowl sander thing. Scott sent me a bowl sander thing because apparently I scare the Australians when I use my drill to sand the inside of bowls. I scare them so much they're willing to pay money for me to not do that anymore. Let's sand. What do we got? What should we start with? Let's just start with whatever's on here. Yeah. Loud noises. Come on. go. We're up to 400. Do some custom grit. Oh, we should recess it first. almost like it's almost like I don't really know what I'm doing. It's just what's with this switch? It's done this a few times to me. Something going on in there. Should drop an email to Laguna and see what's going on with if they know about a switch problem. There we go, a nice little dome in the bottom there. Come on, somewhere in between. Go. That's probably enough grip. I didn't go too deep, but it's a relatively small bowl. There we go. Let's custom grit. Yep. And step 2. Here's wax. Step 1. Custom grit step 1. Which, by the way, is currently in my Etsy store. I only have the total package up. It was a last minute. I remembered to do it before the show kind of a thing. So on the Etsy store, you got all 4 parts of the custom grit finishing system on my Etsy store right now. If you want to go grab some. I will eventually have them up as individual items, but in the amount of time that I had right before the show, after I remembered to do it, I only got the whole 4-pack up there. So if you want the system from start to finish, you can go get it. And while you're doing that, you can watch me using it. I generally use 3 parts of the system. This is the step 1, which fittingly enough is the first part of the system. Wipe a little bit on there. And break it down. And then the abrasive breaks down as you're buffing it in and finishes smoothing it out while it adds the beeswax and drives that nice and deep. And I think we're going to go with the liquid wax as the final coat tonight instead of the wax, whatever it's got, the non-liquid wax. Scott says you should probably start buffing the excess off of it before you go to step 2. So he knows what he's talking about. He did make the stuff after all. So I guess I'll follow the instructions tonight. Not normally one for following instructions on stuff. Go, that's step 1. Step 2. That's not step 2, that's the wax. Oh, yep. That's the step 2. Step 2 is kind of where it really shows its value. You could stop at step 1 and it'd be super smooth and good, but step 2 really kind of takes it to another level. Whew. Now we're gonna do paste wax. Nope, we're gonna do the liquid wax. because that's what my hand hit first when I reached up onto the shelf. But this phase is totally optional. I don't always even do it. In fact, I think this is the first time I've actually followed the custom grit with the liquid wax. I have followed it with the paste wax before, but that is pretty shiny. Let's pretty shiny. Let's have a sit. Go flip it around. You like this better than Howard's? I do. Yes. I was going to qualify that with, I mean, Howard's is a one stage, one buff it in, buff it out. So this is more steps than Howard's, but it's a better result. And the steps don't take that long to go through. The liquid wax part is, I guess it is kind of essentially what Howard's is. The liquid wax is a wax and oil, the same as Howard's. It's just, it's not as chunky, isn't really the right word. It feels like there's more wax in Howard's than there is in the liquid wax custom grit product, but I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. It's kind of, it is what it is. I think the Howard smells better than the than the custom grit liquid wax, but I don't know that that should really play into the decision-making process. It's because it's made with orange oil, so it's got a little bit of a citrus scent, but yeah, essentially the same stuff, I think, in terms of its application. But that when your finish is built into your final sanding, it's it gives you some good results. Oh, I don't think I'll ever finish a pen with anything else, for example. It's a good system. Okay, let's yeah. Outside's done. 39 minutes. Flip it around, do the inside. Inside shouldn't take super long. Maybe short show. Oh, we got to do the Lily, it's break time. We got to do Lily hypothetical question time. It needs a title. LHQ moment. I don't know. We need a title for the segment. I'm going to put that on Lily. What's the title for the LHQ section of the evening? Not doing any giveaways tonight, Beckham. I quit my job, remember? Can't afford to be just giving stuff away. How will you sand the inside of the bowl? Well, I'm going to try this fancy new concoction. It's not a concoction. Bowl sander. If I can figure out how it works. It should be pretty self-explanatory. You just put the sandpaper on it and then you stick it in. But it'll be awkward the first time, I'm sure it will. Okay, so Lily, hypothetical question for this week. If I can remember how she phrased it. I remember the concept behind it. Read the instructions? Stanifer, come on. I don't even know if there are instructions. Lily, hypothetical question. How did it go? It was, what would be the most entertaining sport to add a mandatory level of alcohol for the athlete to consume, athletes, or essentially what would be the most entertaining sport to add a whole whack of booze to? And I don't know. I wouldn't want people to hurt themselves, so I don't know that I would pick like gymnastics. Track and field, yeah, or curling. Make the curlers get hammered before you curl. I think that would be pretty entertaining. Can I talk about what it takes to turn a pen? Yep. You can turn a pen, all the tools that you need to turn a pen. You need a pen mandrel. Well, you need a lathe. You need a pen mandrel. You need a drill bit that matches the size of tubes that you're putting in there. Something to spin that drill bit. Some people use drill press. I actually just do it right on the lathe with a Jacob's chuck. Some kind of glue to put the tubes in. And any one turning tool. I use my square tip carbide pretty much exclusively when I'm turning pens. But I think you could do it with any tool. A skew would work. You could probably get away with doing it with a bowl gouge. Starbond CA glue would be a good glue to glue the tubes in. And oh yes, also you need a pen kit to get the tubes and the hardware and stuff. And a piece of wood. That's not a tool though. Those things aren't tools. But yeah, it doesn't take a lot of, like, it's pretty, I wouldn't say it's relatively beginner friendly. It's not the cheapest way to start to get turning. Like bowl blanks are probably the cheapest way. You can just pick up wood off the side of the road and turn it. You do need the mandrel. Well, I guess you don't need a mandrel. Somebody else was telling me they don't actually use a mandrel. So for $500, you can make your own pen. Pretty much. But you can make many, many pens after you can make one. I almost never make one. Like when I'm prepping blanks, I do them by the 10 pack usually. Get that PSI mandrel eventually. It's pretty good value, I think. It comes with the mandrel saver, and a 7mm drill bit, and the 7mm like slimline bushings. You need bushings, yeah, but generally those would come with like a starter pack of kits or the mandrel or something. $5,000 in tools to make $20 pens. Yes, but you make 1,000 $20 pens, you pay for your lathe. My lathe is paid for itself by pens. Like, I paid for that lathe. Well, the shop bought the lathe in the first place, but that lathe paid itself off in a summer's worth of selling pens at markets. So there's that. Yeah. Pens are good. Everybody should turn. Everybody who has a lathe should probably just have some pen blanks laying around for between other stuff. Just fire up a pen, make a pen, toss it in a drawer. Eventually you got a ton of them and you can take them someplace and sell them. Let us flip the bowl around and get hollowing out the inside. And then we'll have a bowl, theoretically. Got a chuck somewhere. Yep. Okay. Okay. Here's hoping. That is not a very deep recess, so so hopefully I don't start digging too hard. That's not a great place for you guys. I'm gonna hit you. I don't like that. Didn't get that on there very straight. How do you suppose I managed that? Huh. What kind of chuck do I have? I have a one-way Talon chuck. And I love it to pieces. That's going to be what it is. Have I mentioned how much I like turning walnut? Because I don't think that I'm super sharp, and it's still cutting like butter. And I could be going hard at this if I had more confidence in that recess that I put in the back. We don't know how deep we're supposed to be going yet, do we? One of these, some tape. We are going to go down about an inch and 5/8. Give or take. Until we have confidence that we're not going to hit that recess. Inch and 5/8 or so. We're not even half an inch in yet, but I'm not going to go hard at this bowl and end up breaking that recess. Am I? No, I'm not. See, I can say that all I want, but we'll take a little break if I start feeling myself getting pushy. We're an inch down. Oh, walnut is awesome. Walnut is great. Oh, I'm not supposed to sing, am I? Just about break time, I think. I'm getting a little warm. Not too bad yet. But I don't want to push it. I don't want to push it. That's a good place to stop. We are at 1.25 inches of the 1 5/8 inches that we want to go. Walnut is great. And let's take a break. Maybe I will have beverage. Maybe we will actually, let's do this. Let's have a little look, see what we have in the cabinet. And let's have a little bit of Appleton. We just have a nice little Appleton Jamaican. And then we'll finish off this bowl. Anybody else want to chime in on the LHQ? What sport would be the most entertaining if you added a bunch of booze to the participants? Just ordered custom grit at a guy. From me or from him? Yeah, it's good stuff. Because you do resin stuff, didn't you? Didn't you, BJ? Don't you do like resin-based turning and things? You got a pressure pot or something crap for Christmas, didn't you? Polo, but only the horses drink. I like that. Darts, but it would have to be a lot of booze for darts, because like I actually get a little bit better at darts as the drinks go in, but then you get to a certain point and then you start going backwards. Same with bowling. A bowl like significantly better after a few drinks, but then after a few more it backs off. Oh. Volleyball. Yeah, nice shirt, eh? Custom creations. I know the lady who made this shirt. Wood turning. Wood turning isn't a sport. I guess there are wood turning competitions. So maybe it's a sport. Archery. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Sumo wrestling. Little League baseball. Oh, it's okay. It's going off. It's going off the rails. She is pretty awesome. You're right. I just realized I still haven't sent my logo to make stickers. Said that last week, that I still hadn't sent my logo to make stickers. Oh, I want to finish this. I'm gonna get the Star Bond rocking in that after the show. Get that thing finished up. I wasn't going to mention that today. Well, somebody has to, because otherwise it'll never happen. Yes, spelling bee might be the best sport to have intoxicated participants. Jeopardy. That's our game show is sports. Don't let the bull defeat you. I don't want it. It's such a pretty wood, so I do want it to become something. And I've spent enough damn time on it that at this point, if it doesn't become something, that's going to be super disappointing. Yeah, it's pretty. Cool. It's super, super pretty wood. And it's already, I mean, it's a little thick, but it's at a depth that I could be happy with having it done. Let us get this bowl done. Let's have a win. Let's have a win tonight. Last week we had a win. Last week we didn't do anything. Week before that, we haven't had like just a straight, nothing went wrong, everything was fine the whole show since Krista's bowl tray thing. Everything just went start to finish perfect that night. All of these shows are wins. Oh, that's nice of you to say, Stanifer. How was the epoxy to turn? It was scary. It was because it was was a big lump in one area of the bowl, so it was like, and so it was, and I was really timid, like I don't know what's happening, but it cut fine once I got confident enough to be cutting it. Yeah, I guess. Just frustrating that, like, I thought it was going well, and then I looked and there's new cracks that I hadn't seen before, or that just exposed themselves, or maybe the epoxy didn't get that far down to fill that part of them or something. But it was really quite disappointing, like a half an hour before the show. Let's finish walnut. Nice little walnut change dish key tray thing. Where were we? We are 1 1/4 of our 1 5/8 that we want to go. What am I looking for? This thing that I hang up now. We'll get to depth. We'll do the walls. We'll sand it. We'll finish it. And we'll have ourselves a win. That's what's going to happen. Shut up. That's what's going to happen. Almost 1.5 inches. We got about another 1/4 inch or so to go, if we trust our measurements. I never really do trust my measurements, though. I don't want to go any deeper than that right now. I'm going to come in the sides and let's carbide it up for a little bit with the easy wood thingamabob. Measure once, make a funnel once. Yep. I don't know how thin we want to go on the walls. I don't think we necessarily need to go super thin. We can go a little more than that, though. That's probably about right, I think, for wall thickness. I mean, it does whoopity whoop in, so we don't want to. That's pretty good. Let's flatten off the bottom. Let us flatten off the bottom. And then we should be getting close. Get your hand off the dial while you're sticking your finger in there, idiot. Okay, I can make that transition a little better, but I'm relatively flat now. Okay, that is getting close. Let's grab square guy to make sure that we're flat on the bottom, or flat-ish. Okay, look at this. We're pretty good. Should we try this fancy bowl sander thing? Let's try the fancy bowl sander thing. Let's clean up a little bit. Loud noises. All right, how does the fancy bowl sander thing work? We got our contraption. We use the little pad for the little bowl. That just screws right on there, I guess. We're experimenting. Hope there's no staple in this bag. It just screws right on there. Probably should hold that with something. Okay, so we got our thing on there. We got unlabeled grits of sandpaper, so I'm just going to use the stuff that I already know. Except I only got big stuff down in the low grits. And then we got our, and then we can I don't know. And then we just get a sand on there and then we just go, right? And it just like automatically does. I think. Oh, I got these. Totally forgot I have these. Find something relatively low, but not stupid low. What's that? All right. Pop that guy on there. So, somebody help me out here. How fast do I want this thing spinning to use this thing? I have to hold it upside down because it's from Australia. $6.50? 7? Okay. How about 680? Because that's where it happened to land. And then I want my dust thing. All right? I don't know. I'm going to put my mask down. What? I don't like this. How is this going to be safer than the drill? It like jumps around and crap. Let's go super slow. I don't know how this makes you less nervous than the drill thing. I'm down at 324 right now, to answer somebody's question. I mean, I guess I get the physics behind it now, though, at least. Like, I see what it's doing. I think it's going to take significantly longer than the drill. I might need to practice with this before I... Well, Sean McGill's got his hand up. It's okay. Once you get going, I guess. It does grab, though. I think I'm going to go to the drill. Just because I need some more time to practice with this thing. I do like it. I mean, I like the concept. I'm going to practice with it, but for tonight, I'm going to go with what I know. Scroll up in the comments. What? Sand normal instead of reverse. I was in forward. Come in at an angle using about half the pad. Feel it start rotating. Hey, okay, I'm getting tips. Like I said, I'll keep practicing with it. and I'll get it. Device looks too complicated for Canadians. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's just Canadians can't use these. I don't know. Flying sandpaper, look out! Lost my tack cloth. Nice little bit of 400 just to break that top edge. Yep, this is going to be a beauty. I don't think I'm going to go through all of the steps on the inside. I think actually what I'm going to do, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find my tack cloth, give this thing a wipe, and I'm actually going to apply the liquid wax with .400 grit sandpaper. Is what I'm going to do. But I don't know where I put my tack cloth, and I know I have at least one. There it is. Probably time for a new one anyway. We're going to crank this down. We're going to pull a Carl Jacobson. Never tried this before. Carl Jacobson does this. He applies his oil finishes with sandpaper. So we're going to give it a go. You guys want to come in and watch this come alive? Yeah, you do. I like that. Carl's pretty smart. Did get a little bit tear out on the very end grainy parts, but that's just because I'm not very good. Wax won't fix tear out. I know, but it'll color it the same as the rest of it if I get it in there. You know what? It's somebody's gonna be hucking keys and change and stuff in it, and it'll just all like. There we go. Pretty nice. Oh, let's hang it up. And we're back to an hour and a half long show. Wow. These things used to be an hour and a half long. Oh, Bennett's here. There we go. Little walnut. Justifying cutting corners. Yeah, kind of. But yeah, I'm practicing. It says right in the title. Oh. Well, we're back up to 4 mics. Yeah, little walnut. Change tray, key, dish. The outside is much smoother than the inside. But it's a win. I'm going to call it a win. Yep, I'm going to call it a win. Oh, there we go. Bennett, Pinnell, and I were practicing those Traxxas cars. Pricing out those Traxxas RC cars. Yeah, okay. We're not at the end of every show. So, hey, let's start talking about RC trucks. Uh-oh. Got a language I don't understand. Sorry, Cicero Rodriguez. I don't know what that means. How large should the top plate of a cake stand be? Bigger than the cake you want to put on it. If I was making a cake stand, I'd probably be wanting it to be 12 inches across, maybe? I don't know. You say an average cake is, I don't know where my tape measure. I'd say that's about an average cake, and that's maybe 9. So a little bigger than that. Yeah, maybe a foot across. But I don't know. If you had a really big cake, you would need a bigger cake tray stand thing. That's a really good answer. Oh, Chris is now Google translating things for me. Thank you very much. It's Portuguese. Cicero, thank you. Appreciate that. My wife says average cake is 8 inches. So a 10-inch tray. Okay. I think that's relatively close to what I said. I said 9 and 12, but maybe Canadian cakes are just on average an inch bigger. Oh, that could go weird places. 11 to 12 would be good. Yeah. I think if you started with a blank that was 12 across and got it round, that would be a good size for a cake stand. Oh, well, I guess we'll wrap this one up. We call it a win. Got a walnut bowl. I'm gonna dig the black Star Bond out of the fridge. Get down into these new cracks. Get this thing finished at some point this week. I sold some custom grit, that's right. I didn't get an email saying that I sold some custom grit. I don't know what's happening there. But at least my phone didn't go off. But I believe you. God, that means I got to go to the post office again. Don't quit now. You just got here. No. We're an hour and a half in. That's not my fault you just got here. Oh, my phone did vibrate? Oh, okay. Will it have to go through customs to the U.S.? Yes, it will. You think Matthias is getting lazy? That guy comes up way too much on my show. It's always Waldrop, though. If Paul didn't show up, then we wouldn't ever be talking about Matthias Wandel. Wandel? I don't even know how to say the guy's name. Oh, got my first lathe to me. Yes, Sean McGill, what'd you get? Tomorrow's assembly day, so you didn't get a Laguna because you don't have to assemble those. What'd you get that you have to assemble? I don't like that, the sound of that at all. I guess I had to do a couple of things on the Laguna. A Kia lathe. Yeah, what'd you get, Sean? What'd you get? Rikon 70. Oh, okay. You went with the one that I was thinking about getting before I went with the Laguna. Need to assemble the base. Oh, yeah, okay. You had to put your Laguna together, Mike? You 1216? I just had to put the extension on it. Like, it was all set. You had to assemble yours too? I just pulled mine out of the box and put it up on the stand. Got the 1524. Oh, okay, yeah, because if you get the ones that have legs and stuff, I get that. Okay. Benchtop models should probably just pop out of the box and be ready to go. Because you guys went fancy pants and bought the big ones. I was barely able to afford the little one. So, but like I said, it paid for itself in pens in like 6 months. Maybe not. Pens and bowls, 6 months, I would say. I think I probably sold $1,000 worth of stuff that was made on the lathe within the first 6 months of having the lathe. I had to replace, oh yeah, yours got damaged in the mail or something though, didn't it? Yeah, it broke the tailstock. Yeah, that's... Are you like just down the road from the factory? Like, couldn't you have just gone and picked one up at the door? I guess Texas is pretty big. I can't just be like everything in Texas is like right next to each other. Do I still have the Batman drawer for wood scraps? Yes, I do. Yes, I do have. I have the Batman. It's like a pull-out storage thing with and then the door flips up. It was free. That's a good point. It was free. Probably shouldn't complain that it came with broken parts. That's right. What, did you win it in a raffle, or was that somebody else? The guy actually hand delivered the parts to you, like from the factory, so you are literally just down the street. Oh, this was another good show, I think. Got 20 thumbs. So you won it. That's right. You won it at Christmas in a raffle or something. There we go. Walnut little change dish thing. It's actually not as little as... I don't know where my tape is. I would say it's less of a change, more, it's like a nut bowl. I just said nut bowl out loud on the show. Wow. I only lost a 1/4 inch getting this thing around. It is 6 3/4 across. It's almost full 2 inches in height still. I didn't lose any depth either. That's a good turn. I lost a 1/4 inch from the blank on the outside and like less than an 1/8 of depth. That's a good turn. It's a good use of wood. That's what that is. Full day to drive across Texas east to west. Drive faster. This practicing stuff is working. That's right. That's right. Maybe one day I won't be practicing. These will always be practices. But it's not to say that I'm not going to sell it. I mean, it's going for sale. I got to start crushing out stuff for the markets. I got a market in June. Do I? Yeah, I do. It's 170 millimeters. I don't know. It's like somebody translate for him. It's 6 3/4 inches. 170 millimeters is 17 centimeters. It's probably a little bit bigger than that. Probably a little bit bigger than 170. But I don't know. Is there a guitar update? The guitar update is that I have not worked on the guitar anymore. I don't have a tape with both. I have my little 6-inch ruler has metric on the other side, but it won't help because it's 6 3/4. Yeah, no update on the guitar. It's getting ready for final shaping and sanding, and then finish, and then electronics. So I mean, it's in a good place. Just need to put some time in. Found an English to Australian translator. What's the measure? It's 6 and just look it up, man. Do you really need to know how big the bowl is? I'll get my stupid and then we'll just add a few millimeters onto this. Ugh. Really, Scott? This thing goes to 150. Yes, it's approximately 170 millimeters. 171.45. There we go. Thank you, BJ. What does it matter how many centimeters it is? You can't have it. It's 0.001875 football fields. I like that. I like that. Oh. Anyway, I am going to bid you adieu for the evening. I appreciate everybody stopping by. That's a win. That's a win. That's a show. Thank you, friends. Maybe next week I'll remember to bring the guitar out, and we'll end with Tragically Hip again. How's job hunt going? I have one job. I have a job to go to. I just need another one. And I can't really focus on finding another one while I'm working one full-time and training at that one part-time. So I'll find another one after I'm done with this one. Maybe I'll take a couple of weeks to look. It would be nice to only work like 20 hours a week for a couple of weeks. Yeah, might do that. And then I'll find another one. Anyway, stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Thank you very much. I don't know if it's butter chicken tonight or not, but if it is, I will enjoy it. Bye, everybody. Go get yourself some custom grit from the Etsy shop. And yes, Paul, I got the custom grit on my Etsy. Well, he knows that because he's a patron, and so he got the advance notice over there. Yep. There's only 6 left, so I sold 4. Thanks, guys. Guess I gotta put those in boxes and go to Shoppers Drug Mart. Bye for now. Did Patreon people get advance notice? Yeah. You did. You got the unboxing video already. Well, what perks? Oh, I get you. You were just trying to serve me up. Appreciate that. Bye, everybody. I've said bye a few times now. I'm actually leaving.